Hello and welcome to my channel. It's me Refa from lifeforchoice.com, and in today's video I am going to talk about David Hawkins' book Letting Go. So in this video I am going to share 4 easy steps that how to let go, because you all have heard the word letting go, surrender. Then the question arises, how to let go? So before I go to the steps which you can use in your daily life to let go, how to let go, it is very important to understand that why we need to let go. So that's what we are going to do first. I'm going to tell you why there is a need to let go, and then we will go on the stage how to let go. Now imagine that there are a lot of folders on your computer, and each folder has lots of files open, and you keep leaving these files open and think, okay, I will come back and close this file and close this folder, but it never happens. You just keep leaving them open, and when you have to do the new work, you make another folder and then you add some more files in it. And sometimes when you have to find a file, you have which folder you have stored, where you have stored, you cannot find it. It becomes very difficult because all the files in the computer are open. And another thing, if there are a lot of files are open, so by mistake you can delete any of it which is very important for you. So in this book, David Hawkins' book Letting Go, he is referring our emotions with the folders. So he is talking about files, but I am trying to make it more simple for you to understand. Then imagine our emotion, human emotions. These are like folders, and each emotion has hundreds and thousands of thoughts. They are attached to it. So now when we close one folder, then we basically close down all the thousands of thoughts that store in it. And now our thoughts, they are associated with the feelings. So he described some anatomy of emotions as well. So if we keep leaving all the folders open, that's why I give the example of folders, because human emotions are like a folders and all the thoughts stored in it. For example, something happened in 10 years ago, and any unpleasant event happened. So you felt some emotions, you had some feelings, and you have a lot of thoughts about it. Why it happened, it shouldn't happen this way, it might happen this way. So you have a lot of thoughts stored about it. And now you don't want to see the emotion anymore, so you have leave the folder somewhere because you haven't dealt with the emotion. So you left it open and you pass it on with your life, and your life is going on. So but this folder is still open, and when it is open and the thoughts are open and everything, and it can when all the thoughts are there attached, so they can bring the feelings back. So in the letting go process, what we are doing, we are closing one by one all the folders which are open, and each folder have thousands of thoughts. So when you, for example, you close the folder of anger, you close the folder of, for example, resentment or regret, then you basically close down the hundreds and thousands of thoughts that was stored in the folder. So David Hawkins, he basically talking about the emotional chart. I made one emotional chart he describes in his book. So I make this a triangle according to the vibrational scale he is talking about. So human emotions, like very low emotion, low vibration emotions, are the shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, embarrassment. So these are, he is mentioning the lower emotions, lower vibrational emotion, and they are ranging from 20 to 100. He basically giving the vibrational scale, because when you are feeling these emotions, you are in a really low vibrational state. And this one blue color I gave because it's a little bit better. It's better than feeling these lower emotion. We can call them medium size, medium vibrational scale emotions. For example, desire something, anger, pride, courage, acceptance, willingness. So he's ranging from 125 to 300. So these emotional scale, the blue one, these are the medium scale of emotion. So basically you pull yourself out of the embarrassment, grief, apathy, anger, and now you are in the blue range of emotional scale. So when you work on yourself, you close more files, you close more folders, and by letting go process I am going to share with you, then you come into the upper range, the green zone, which is green mean like we mostly take the sign of peace and happiness, green color, or abundance. So that's why I use the green color for that. And in this, the love, joy, gratitude, peace, they range up to 600. So these are the basically high vibrational emotion. So in every book, everywhere you will read and you know that these are high vibrational emotion. So basically during the process of letting go, we become every time when we do the letting go process, we become a better person, because we are coming out of our resentment, anger, grief, embarrassment, all the past emotion which have been stored and which are still running in the background in our subconscious mind. You haven't closed these files, they are still open, and these keep playing a part while we manifesting our life currently. So every time when we work ourselves, we become a better person. We close some files, we close some folders, we change the vibrational scale. That's why we say like attract like. So whoever you are, whoever you become, you attract similar type of things. If you constantly staying in the red zone, so then you will be attracting more of these things in your life. So in this zone you will be accepting, when you are in the high vibrational zone, you will be attracting the high vibrational thing, good things, abundance, money, love in your life. So that's why it is very important to start from be, do and have, instead of having, doing and being after. So this way, in letting go process, we becoming daily, every time we let go, we become a better version of ourselves. We become a better version of ourselves. And now after describing these in the basic anatomy of emotion, David Hawkins talks about the feeling state. So normally these emotions, and then these emotions cause a lot of thoughts, and these thoughts, they create a lot of feeling in our body. So he describing there are the three ways human beings, they deal with their feelings. So one way is suppression and regression. This is the first common way we human beings deal with our feelings, because we don't want to feel them, and we do not even know how to deal with them. So we try to get rid of them, we try to suppress them, hide them, and do different things to just get rid of them. We basically do not know how to deal with it. So in the suppression and regression, he talks about that suppression we do consciously, because for example something happened at work, you didn't like it, there was an argument with your colleague, or your boss told you off, or something unpleasant happened. Now you do not like the feeling. For example, you feeling anger, you have an emotion of anger, you feeling like embarrassment. Now you do not want to feel that, so you consciously suppress them, say okay, I will deal it later on. So at the moment, whatever I'm doing, I will do. That is a way of you are consciously suppressing. but in some cases we do unconsciously suppress these emotions. So unconsciously, how we do it, like for example, in some cases it could be so much fear and guilt and embarrassment. So these emotions, they unconsciously we hide them because we do not know how to handle, and we hide them in this way. So when we do that, then we see the consequences of these feelings. So for example, when we constantly consciously suppress these emotions, then he's talking about the lot of like basically the diseases we feel. We feel depression, hypertension, we have a headaches, and a lot of there's a digestive problem, colitis, hypertension, insomnia, and lot of other issues we feel when we consciously suppress our emotion and we do not deal with it. So basically, again, emotion is like a folder, is open in the background. You haven't closed it, it is still open, and all the thoughts are still running. And then it is a result of is a result of all these diseases and all the problems we are facing: tension, hypertension, blood pressure, all these things. And when unconsciously we hide these feelings, suppress these feelings, there is a one important thing he is mentioning here is about projection. So projection we do around people around us and word around us. We project them. So projection, one of the biggest sign you can see of projection, we start blaming other people. We blaming other people, blaming circumstances, blaming God, blaming your bosses, blaming your father, blaming your inheritance, anything you can name it. We basically start to project on it because the inner feelings, and they're unconscious, they're hidden, you haven't dealt with it and you do not know how to deal with it. They are still there, and we start projecting on it. So another way of expressing emotion is expression. So expression, we talk about our problems, or the way we're feeling with our friends, with our colleagues, with our mothers, with our parents. We talk about the same emotion many times. So what we think basically, and many of us we think, when we express our emotion, then we will feel better, and in this way we will release the emotion. But in fact, contrary is true. So when we express our emotion, then part of it release, and part of it is unconsciously suppressed, so which cause a lot of other consequences in the future. And third way is escapism or diversion. Escape or diversion mean like you don't want to deal with the emotion. You are, for example, so much stress, you have anxious feeling, you are feeling embarrassed, you feeling bored, you feeling lonely. Now you have to divert your attention, you want to escape. So escapism, he is talking about like entertainment and especially alcoholism. This is a backbone of this escapism, because we want to escape these emotions, we don't want to feel them. So we use these things to run away from these emotions and our feeling. We don't want to feel them. For example, you must have noticed, many of you, as you come home, you switch the TV on, you go and do something. When you're feeling alone, you don't want to we don't want to spend time with ourselves. We feel bored, and boredom is a type of emotion, and it's a type of feeling. If we are not willing to feel boredom, and then we say, okay, then we do something, play game, do something, and go on our phone, check social media, do something to avoid this feeling, avoid the loneliness, go out and do something. So this is a way of escapism. These are the three methods he mentioned. Then we try to hide and suppress our feelings. And these feelings, when we will I'm going to share now the letting go process. In letting go process, when we switch off these files and these folders, when we close off this folder one by one daily, then what will happen? We will reach to the high vibrational state easily. We become a person who we want to be, and there will be life become much easier. But it doesn't mean that once you have done it, it is done, you don't have to do it again. Another thing can come up, another emotion can come up. So when you know the process of letting go, then you can deal it daily. So now, how to let go? Now you understand how we suppress our feeling, and now you understand the emotional scale, because it is very important for you to know how you are feeling. If you do not know how you are feeling, how you gonna sort it out? So awareness is a key. So first step is awareness. So basically you asking yourself a question, how I am feeling. That is a first step of how to let go. You must be aware of how you are feeling. For example, whatever happened, are you feeling sad, you feeling fearful, you feeling embarrassed, you having there is a feeling of grief, is a guilt, is a shame, how you are feeling. You will be asking this question when something is bothering you. You will be asking this question, how you are feeling. Next step, now you will be seeing and watching where you are feeling this emotion in your body. For example, like when we feel something, when we have fear, we feeling fear or feeling anger, you notice that you feel in the different part of your body. You might feel in the base of your belly, or in your stomach, in your gut, in your heart area, around your throat, or sometimes you feeling headache. So another question is, where you in your body you feeling this emotion, where you are feeling. And third one is, ask yourself, can I allow this feeling, this emotion to be there? Can I allow to feel myself, or can I allow this emotion to be? Let it be. And fourth step is, am I willing to let it go? The final question is, am I willing to let it go? And you can ask yourself, can I let it go? And here David Hawkins, he talks about that we all have a choice. If you don't want to let go of the emotion and feeling and want to keep this folder open, then you feel free to do so. You don't have to do it rest of the life. You let it open, and this is your choice. If you are willing to let this emotion go, it is worth having this file open in your life. Event that happened 10 years ago or 20 years ago or in your childhood, if it is still open and you feel the same pain, same emotion you feeling every time, is it worth to feel the emotion again and again? Is it worth to have it? Are you willing to let it go? So ask this question, and most likely your mind will say, yes, I am willing to let it go. So use this process, 4-step process I told you, and use this process daily. It takes 1 to maybe a few minutes to 10 minutes maximum, or in some cases, if taking more time, you can do the process again. And it is a really good idea to practice letting go, practice daily. Something when bothering you a lot, or for example, daily basis, something happen at work, come back home and ask yourself how I'm feeling, then feel where you are feeling, and then can I allow this feeling to be there? And then keep taking deep breathing at the same time, just breathing normally. Don't try to suppress it, don't try to push it down, don't try to suppress or do anything. Just let it be and keep breathing. And then eventually it is like a light in a dark room. When you switch the light on, then darkness goes away. So that's how this letting go process work. And then finally ask yourself, is it worth letting it go? am I willing to let this go or not? If you are willing to let it go, this emotion will dissolve soon when you keep observing. Just observing. You don't try to push it, don't try to do anything with it. Just let it be and be aware of it and observe. This process is also, I think, is called mindfulness, I learned. And in the day, because this book I'm talking about, this is a letting go process, and David Hawkins mentioned this, and it's really powerful and really great book. If you want to read it, you can do so. Or these steps I mentioned, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about it? And if you get value out of this video, please consider subscribing, share with your family, friends, and in the comment section share, do you use this process and what do you think about it and how it's going to help you. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.